potato as a vegetable. I think of potatoes as delicious.
Well, I don't fucking like them.
You don't like mashed potatoes. You have to like other you have to like other forms of potato.
Very few. Like, okay, I like French fries, but even then, if they're too thick, it's too much like a mashed potato inside.
Why? How can you not like potatoes? Potatoes are so fucking good.
It's a texture thing, bro.
There's a million different ways you can cook a potato. There's a bunch of different textures.
I mean, I like the one that you don't. I like hash browns because they get super crispy and not potato-like.
I don't get this. This doesn't make sense to me.
I love a good tot. I could tear up some damn tots.
But oh, dude, potatoes are so good.
I mean, I know
There's so much you can do with them. Like as a person who likes to cook alone.
Yeah,
like you're missing out on so much versatility.
I know I'm in the minority on this. I'm not trying to argue that they're bad. I personally just don't like them.
Oh, man. No, I got some chicken breast and some little baby gold potatoes. You know, they're like the size of like a dime, I guess.
Yeah.
Spice those suckers up, throw them in an instant pot with some chicken broth. 10 minutes later, they're good to go.
Yeah, I mean, I've cooked potatoes for other people. I just don't eat them myself.
So weird. I don't understand how you could not like potatoes. Potatoes are really good.
Yeah. All right.
Anyway, how's it going?
It's going good. We're at episode 20.
Oh yeah, episode 20.
We're not a teenager anymore.
Yatta. We did it.
Huzzah! I love it. Let's see. Well, yesterday was Memorial Day.
Boring. Okay.
Well, I mean, I got a 3-day weekend and now I only have a 4-day work week.
Man, can you imagine not working holidays? I have never in my adult life had that happen.
So I didn't either until last Memorial Day. So like last summer. And I was like, oh, damn, I have it off. And it was like, oh, shit, we're all still locked up inside. And I didn't get to enjoy really any of the extra like summer holidays last summer.
But you did get an extra day off.
I did.
I can't even imagine. I like at my job, like all of our fucking delivery companies have to have adjusted schedules around every holiday. Like I have to order it on different days. I have to then get it on different days. And it's like, these guys fucking send me packaging. Can't they just do it in advance or just, I don't know, suffer with me?
Yeah, no, I hear you.
But I mean, they're living their best lives and I'm happy for them. I'm just jealous that I don't also get holidays off.
Yeah. I just went to go visit my dad. We grilled up some fat porterhouse steaks and
nice.
Just chilled.
Nice.
It's cool.
Sounds like a good week, a good food week for both of us.
Yeah. Did you get to do anything yesterday? Any like grilling or anything?
No.
Just because you had to work doesn't mean you can't like. You can't meet up with Sean and grill up something.
No, I didn't.
It's possible.
I didn't do any of that fucking bullshit. I'm not like a celebrator of like basically anything but major holidays. Like these minor holidays are even like less likely for me to. I don't even usually remember that they're coming up until basically the day of most of the time.
Yeah, I mean, I just like them because all the summer holidays are usually like grilling and food related. So I enjoy that aspect of it.
I don't own a grill, nor can I.
And you don't eat food, so. I don't know. Yeah.
Well, good news. Been working my ass off on this new video.
Yeah.
If all goes as planned, it should have come out a couple days before this podcast comes out.
Okay, dope.
So everybody should go watch that. YouTube.com/Captain Mack. I'm really happy with how this video turned out. I think it's my strongest one so far. My thumbnail artist and frequent question asker Microwave just sent over her line art for the thumbnail I commissioned from her, and it looks fantastic. So nice. I'm super excited to see the finished version.
Nice. We love Microwave.
Yeah, she fucking kills it. Like I sent her, I asked her, the first thumbnail she did for me was the last one. And I was kind of like testing the waters, right? Like the video, the last video, for anyone who doesn't know, was also about manga, but it was about a bad one that I read.
Right.
I think I talked about it on the podcast at some point, but, so when I kind of thought of what I wanted for the thumbnail, I had an idea to get some art of myself kind of drawn in an anime style or an anime and manga style, and Microwave draws in that style quite a bit.
Okay.
So I figured, well, if anyone can do this, rather than me having to hunt down some random artist that I don't know who might not be super, what's the word I'm looking for? Either like easy to work with or like be like crazy expensive.
Right.
Let me just check with Microwave. And so she agreed to do it.
Nice.
And she gave me a very reasonable price. Like, I won't say what it is on the podcast, but like I told Sean how much I had paid her for it. And he was like, dude, you got a fucking deal out of her.
Nice.
Like she charged so little for it. And like, I had told her a little while after that I thought she had charged too little, and she was like, well, you probably could have like given more if you wanted to, like a little tip. And I was like, see, I wanted to, I would have done that. But I had the weirdest feeling that if I did, it would just return back to me in the form of a donation on my live stream.
Oh, gotcha.
She agreed. She's like, yeah, that probably would have happened. So but anyway, so the first one came out fantastic. It blew my expectations away. It was exactly what I was looking for and more. She was super easy to work with on it and just like absolutely killed it. So I had thought that like potentially this could be a running theme from now on. Just get this kind of thing commissioned for every video just because it looks great.
Yeah.
It adds a little bit of uniqueness to my thumbnails. It gives a consistent theme with my thumbnails so people can spot my own videos from out of nowhere, right?
Yeah.
And so when this video came around, I had an idea for a thumbnail that I wanted, right? And I wanted to the previous thumbnail I had asked with pretty short like time to like, I didn't give her a lot of time to work on it.
Yeah.
Like I definitely I gave her I think 2 or 3 weeks, and she's a busy person, so that was kind of a lot to ask.
Okay.
So this time I was planning to ask her like a month and a half in advance from when the video was supposed to come out.
Okay.
But, in the middle of me working on this video, the author died,
Right.
And, not to say that I'm taking advantage of the author's death, but there's a lot of like traffic around the subject of Berserk and Kentaro Miura right now.
Sure.
So my immediate thinking was I need to get this video done and out. Because not only like I was already working on this video, there's a ton of extra traffic surrounding this subject, and it's all about how much I love Berserk anyway. It fits perfectly with like this time period.
Yeah.
So I had to kind of like send her like what I wanted to be like, I only have like 2 weeks to give you. I'm really sorry. I'll pay however much you want to like get a rush job done. I'll probably already have done it by the time she hears this, so I'll say it like, again, she kind of gave me a really good price, and this time I am planning to send her a good, decent tip because she gave me a fantastic line art, like I said, and she's been great with this turnaround.
Yeah.
And the last thing is like, I wasn't super sure what I wanted I knew what I wanted from this thumbnail, but I wasn't sure how I wanted to explain. I didn't know how easy it would be to explain what I was looking for in the form of like a message on Twitter, right?
Yeah.
So, I'm not an artist, but I've figured out how to do certain things. So I just drew a super rough sketch of what I was looking for.
Yeah.
And I sent it to her, and like when she came back to me with like what she like her rough sketch that she was gonna do, it was like a million times better than what I'd done. And she just absolutely killed it with the vibe that I was going for. Like, it was perfect.
Nice.
It was absolutely perfect. So
that's awesome.
Just shout out to Microwave on that one. But yeah, all that's to say, go check out the video. I think it's really good. If you've never heard of Berserk, or if you've been interested in Berserk and never checked it out, watch the video because it talks a lot about that subject.
I promise I will actually check this one out this time.
That'd be very nice of you.
I will do that. Yes, for sure. What's the runtime on that? Do you know?
It's just over an hour by about a minute.
Okay. Yeah, that's reasonable. It's like a podcast episode.
Yeah. I was talking about it a bit on the stream yesterday. I finally actually did a live stream. Like I said, I was just grinding on this video, so I didn't do any live streams out for the past week. I was just fully on editing mode. So I finally got my rough cut done. So I took 2 days off, just hung out with Sean and did a live stream to get my head off of it for a couple of days so I could go into it fresh for the final cut.
Yeah.
Which I'm almost done with now because, there's not too much work you need to go for going from rough cut to final cut, at least with my editing style. But there are two things that I've kind of struggled with when it comes to these kinds of videos that I feel like I did really well with this one. One of those things is the usage of music.
Okay.
It feels weird to just have silence in a video. So I've more or less been adding music out of necessity. And it's not always I've definitely struggled to find fitting music.
Mm-hmm.
But more than anything, it's just been to kind of fill in the silence. So I haven't been able to use music in an intelligent way to complement the visuals.
Okay.
Or even in many cases, it hasn't super fit the subject that I was going for. It fit, but it wasn't perfect fit, right?
Yeah.
So with this video, there's a 1997 Berserk anime, a 2016 and 17 Berserk anime, and a trilogy of movies based on Berserk.
Okay. All
of the music used in all of those is not copyrighted on YouTube.
Oh, really?
So I used it in my video, and I was able to create segments where the music and the visuals told the story for me. I was really able to use music super intelligently within this video. It fits so well, and it does such a great job, and I feel super happy about it because, again, that's something I've struggled with. And the other thing that I've struggled with just in terms of the writing of my videos is in terms of creating a solid I don't know how to say it. It's finding ways to use the script in smart ways to create a solid through line.
Okay.
So I almost kind of write my videos like I'm writing an essay in a way. After all, they are video essays.
Yeah.
I always kind of have a thesis that I state at the beginning of the video, and then I'll call back to it at the end.
Okay.
But in a lot of ways, that's kind of the extent of my through line. That's what connects the ending to the beginning, right?
Sure.
I've always wanted to write a video where the things that I say in the beginning, the meaning of them can kind of change based on the what's the word I'm looking for? They can change based on the contents of the video, and especially once I call back to them at the end, right?
Okay.
So with this video, I'm super happy about this. I was able to create a really solid through line where a lot of the things that I said in the beginning were in a way deceitful or didn't tell the truth.
Ooh, you're being a little trickster.
A little bit. So that I can then at the end kind of subvert your expectations and explain what I actually thought about certain scenes. So there's a really solid through line throughout the entire video as a result of that. And I'm super happy with it. This video is really one that I'm super proud of. So
awesome. Well, good job.
Yeah. Go watch it, you losers.
Yeah. Yeah. Watch it, losers.
Anyway, that's my rambling.
Nice. Yeah. What else you got going on? Anything other than your video?
Not really. I mean, I was really just working on the video. I do have to take Sean to the dentist to get his wisdom teeth pulled this week.
Ooh, okay.
And I'm absolutely going to film him when he's coming out of it.
See, they didn't put me under for my wisdom teeth. They just gave me a shot, and it honestly was not bad at all.
How many did you get pulled?
So I had mine pulled at different times.
Okay.
So originally they were like, they don't need to come out unless they're a problem. Well, then I went to the dentist for a checkup, and they were like, oh, you've got a cavity in one of your wisdom teeth.
We're just going to yank that sucker out.
Yeah. They're like, we're just going to take that one. And then it happened with another one. And then finally I was like, okay, we're going to take your other two. So I never had more than two pulled at once.
I see.
But it wasn't at all bad in any way.
I got all three pulled when I was 12.
Wait, you didn't have a fourth one?
No, I only had three.
Okay.
Sometimes people don't develop all of them.
Yeah.
But I developed 3, all of which were like growing in sideways. So they were like pushing in against my molars. So I had to get those suckers yanked out. So I got all 3 of them when I was like 12 or 13 or something like that. So like crazy pain for a couple weeks. It was horrible.
Oh gosh, no, I was eating like a hard shell taco like later that day.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
No, I didn't have any of that shit. I was eating non-solids for a solid week before I started to ramp things up.
Actually, you know what? I take that back. It wasn't that wasn't wisdom. That wasn't when I got my wisdom teeth out. I did eat hard shell tacos later in the day after having a root canal.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my wisdom teeth, that was a fucking time, man. I hated that shit. That is the most like painful health related thing I've been through so far, thankfully. Yeah. But it really hasn't exactly made me hopeful for future potential surgeries. Yeah.
No, gosh, I guess I was just really lucky. Like they didn't put me under. I had no swelling. Just, you know,
I'm glad they did put me under. But what I do remember is like seeing the gigantic needle and like they told me I passed out before they put it in my arm.
Oh no!
Yeah. My fear of needles like came in clutch to make sure I didn't even see that shit.
Oh god, you passed out right in front of the tooth scientist.
Yeah, and then to me it felt like 15 seconds, and then I was awake and in pain. So
yeah, I gotcha. Huh. All right. That's kind of funny. I like that you passed out.
I can't do needles, man. And like when I saw how big that son of a bitch was, I was like, my brain was just like, my brain went from fight or flight to pass out and give up.
Oh gosh!
Like if the needle were a bear, the bear would have had free reign on me because I neither tried to fight it or tried to escape it.
Yeah. Oh damn. Huh. Okay. All right. That's cool.
Oh. All right, Mike. I got your questions.
Oh, and I got some for you this week as well.
I got your dirty questions.
Okay, fire away. What you got for me?
Best video game ever made.
Super Mario Brothers 3.
Which finger would you get cut off if you had to choose one?
Ooh, pinky?
Which one?
Right.
Okay.
Because I'm left-handed.
What skill would you want to learn instantly?
Ooh, is this a real skill or a hypothetical skill? Like
what do you mean?
Like, because if I could learn the skill to fly, that would be fucking awesome.
No, real skills.
Maybe like play guitar.
Oh, interesting. If you started a religion, what entity would you worship?
Well, 1, I wouldn't, but 2,
that's not the question.
Yeah, no, I know. Geez. Well, if I'm starting it, then I guess myself.
Okay, narcissist.
I don't know. It's the best thing I can come up with.
Who is Joe?
Joe Mama!
Joe Biden is the president of the United States, Mike. Show some damn respect.
I like it. I like that. Nice job.
Thank you. I thought that last one was really funny.
Yeah.
All right. So for my answers, best video game ever made, definitely the Monster Hunter, probably Monster Hunter World specifically, but I kind of consider all those games one just continuous experience. So
okay,
just Monster Hunter in general. Which finger would I get cut off? I also said right pinky. But for me, what I was thinking, and this is, gonna highlight how much of a dork I am, if I lose my left pinky, then it becomes much harder to play video games because I need my pinky for the shift and tab and control keys. But without I only need my index, middle, and thumb to operate the mouse.
Okay, that's fair enough.
So I get rid of my right pinky, cut that sucker off.
I mean, I picked the right one because I'm left-handed.
Yeah, kind of lame. The being left-handed.
Yeah. No, I got what you were saying.
Your choice also a little bit, but mostly the left-handed thing.
Okay.
For what skill would you learn instantly? I'm kind of torn between like getting a pilot's license or being like an incredible artist.
Okay.
Because I've always wanted to be like a really good artist, but it's so time consuming and takes so much commitment. And with how many other things I'm committed to, I just can't take the time to learn it.
Yeah.
Or at least I haven't. Like I've made pretty great strides this year because I've actually been drawing somewhat consistently and keeping up with it.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I just want to like skip the whole process. Just get me there. Just get me to the point that I can start drawing porn and getting paid for it. I don't know.
Okay.
And if you started for my religion, we would worship Eiichiro Oda, the author of One Piece, and One Piece would be our Bible, obviously.
Nice. And then who was Joe?
Joe POTUS.
Okay. I like it. I got questions for you today.
Well, hooray for me. I feel like the belle of the ball.
The belle of the ball. Sound like Prison Mike. Would you rather play in a ball pit or a bounce house?
Ball pit.
What's your favorite McDonald's nugget sauce?
Barbecue.
What's your favorite cartoon show?
Are we counting like Japanese anime or specifically English?
I was thinking like English, like when we were kids, like Saturday morning cartoons, that kind of thing.
Oh, fuck. That's a hard one. Shit. Fuck. Ass. I can't think of any. Let's just go with SpongeBob. I don't fucking know.
Okay.
SpongeBob's great.
That's fair enough. Would you rather swim in a swimming pool or the beach?
Swimming. Oh, beach.
Beach, okay.
Chlorine fucks with my hair.
I gotcha. And what's your favorite cereal?
I don't need a lot of cereal.
I don't either.
Reese's Puffs.
Okay. Ball pit? Definitely.
Totally
100%. God, I legit want to go play in one of those now.
Ball pits are fucking awesome.
Right?
Did you ever, like, when you were a kid, did your like mom ever take you to like one of those gymnastic places where they have like the big pools full like the foam cubes?
Hell yeah. Not the cubes. Okay, never mind. We're talking about different things. Go ahead.
Well, yeah. So like at these like gymnastics places, my mom like got my brothers and I into gymnastics for a bit, and none of us took it seriously. So I think it didn't last very long. But all like those gymnastic places, like for kids to like practice like certain moves in the air, like you like jump off a board or whatever, and they have these giant like super deep, like literally like we're talking like it's like 5 feet down, like pits just filled to the brim with like these gigantic foam cubes that you can like fall into so you don't hurt yourself if you're practicing like a new move or whatever. I always thought that like if I had like more money than I could ever spend and I were to like design a house, I would have one of those foam cube pits in my house. 100%.
Nice.
That shit was awesome.
No, I thought you were talking about remember like those places that I think it was like Discovery Zone, where it was a giant like building and the entire thing was like a play place.
I had never been to a place like that, but there was a place here in town. I don't remember the name of it, but it was same thing.
Okay.
That was fucking awesome too.
Yeah.
In fact, I just make that my house, you know?
Yeah.
To get from my office to my bedroom, you'd have to like go down a slide.
Right? Maybe one of those cargo nets you just crawl across.
Yeah. You have to climb up one of those to get up to the bathroom. Actually, that'd be fucking awful, but...
I remember I had a birthday party at Chuck E. Cheese once, and God, we were just whipping those balls from the ball pit at each other.
Totally.
So much fun.
God. Ball pits are fucking awesome.
As far as the nugget sauce, barbecue is definitely a clutch one. I do also like the sweet and sour, which I'm not normally a big fan of, but McDonald's sweet and sour is like completely different.
Really? I really haven't tried a lot of the other sauces. The only other one I really like is buffalo.
Okay.
Not a lot of McDonald's even do.
Yeah, isn't that normally like a limited time thing?
It's either that or it's only limited locations. I don't know, but I love it.
Favorite cartoon show by far, the original DuckTales
that's a really good choice.
Freaking love that.
I'm sure I have a better answer, but like as soon as you asked that, it was like any knowledge. Sorry, I saw a fly. I really shouldn't have done that while I was speaking, so I could have cut it out. But
yeah,
shit, it's still that. Get it. Come on, get it. I think you got it.
I did. It's now stuck to my palm.
Sick. Yeah, but like as soon as he said that, like all knowledge of my cartoon shows just disappeared out of my brain. So all I had left is SpongeBob.
I gotcha. I would definitely say, I would say swimming pool over the beach, just because I hate how you keep finding sand in like everything you own and every crevice of your body for like a week after going to the beach.
See, my parents and my grandparents have that same issue. And I understand that issue. I don't personally care that much about it, but I understand that issue. What I never understood is why they lived like a mile away from a beach if they hate going to the beach.
Yeah.
It was the most frustrating thing. We'd go to their house right next to a beach somewhere I don't normally have access to, but they didn't want to go to the beach, so we didn't go to the beach. It's like, you motherfuckers.
Oh, that
you
sucks.
Sons of bitches.
Oh, that, I mean, I'm not saying I don't dislike the beach, but just if I have the preference of like swimming in an outdoor body of water, I do like the lack of sand.
I just don't generally like swimming in general because water really is not nice to my hair, but chlorine especially fucking destroys my hair.
Yeah, I really can't swim very well either, so that's also...
I'm pretty bad at it. I always have, like, at my summer camp, like you were supposed, for the first couple years, it was required that you like meet a certain level of like the swim test.
Yeah.
In case there's like swim related emergencies. And it was something like you had to do like a like 5 laps of the pool, which is like which is like back and forth on the size of our pool. That shit was fucking impossible for me. By the end of it, I felt like I was drowning.
Yeah.
That's the most unpleasant shit ever. Like you're trying to get air, you can't, you got to keep moving, and you're still only halfway there. It's like, fuck that.
Yeah.
So after they stopped making that a requirement, I stopped going to do it. And so like I wasn't allowed to use the pool because they never tested how far I could go. Because, you know, they had it sectioned off. How they do it in Boy Scouts is they have it sectioned off by like your level of swimmer. If you're a beginner, you can only go into like the shallow end. If you fully pass the test, you can go all the way to the deep end. But since I didn't take the test at all, I just wasn't allowed in the pool. And I was like, I can live with that.
That's actually, it's funny you bring that up. So when I was in Cub Scouts, we had like a day camp one summer.
Yeah.
And they didn't have a pool, but they had a lake, and it was the same kind of thing. And I was just like, nope, pass. And just didn't swim.
Nice. Yeah. No, swimming fucking sucks.
Yeah. I'm really not a huge fan.
Cub Scout day camps are pretty pog.
Yeah, no, I had a good time, except for when I had to watch everyone else swim and I just had to like stand around.
I had the first day I went to Cub Scout day camp. Maybe it wasn't day camp. Why did I'm not going to question it right now. They like took us over to the campsites and they had like tents where we could like keep our stuff and change, I guess. I don't know. Mm-hmm. But I straight up like I got changed and then I walked out into the line and like everybody started looking at me and it was like, oh great, I forgot to put pants on.
What?
Yeah.
Like no pants?
Yeah, no pants.
Just like your wiener hanging out?
No, I had underwear, but
okay.
But I don't know. I want to say this is like first grade, but it was like the embodiment of those dreams you have where like you're just in your underwear like that. That was me. I was just standing there. Everyone was staring at me and I was just in my underwear. So fucking embarrassing.
It took me a long time to like realize that it was okay. Like you don't wear underwear with like a bathing suit.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And like there were multiple times where I would like go to some sort of like Cub Scout event, not the day camp. There were some where I was like allowed to swim, but I'd be like, this doesn't seem right not wearing underwear. And so I'd just wear underwear and then they'd just be like wet like under my jeans for the rest of the day.
Oh God, you didn't even have like a change?
There had to be at least one time that was a real thing.
That sounds fucking awful.
Yeah. Yeah. It was bad.
I'm sure that was like tidy whitey days too. So it was just like clinging to you bad.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then I the final question, Cinnamon Toast Crunch by far.
Oh yeah, Cinnamon Toast Crunch. That'd be my answer too.
But I couldn't even begin to tell you the last time I had a bowl of cereal.
I don't dislike cereal, but it's one of those things where like when I look in my cupboards and I consider my breakfast options, I'm like, I have toaster strudels, I have like peanut butter toast, and I have cereal. Cereal is very rarely the option that I choose, and so like I'll eat like one bowl of cereal, and then the rest of the box will just go bad.
Oh,
so I just stopped buying it altogether.
Those little those Cinnamon Toast Crunch bakers, I bet you they would be pretty easy to take in a fight.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I think one of the names is like Wendell.
I don't know. They all eat each other. You know, they wouldn't have any problem like ganging up and consuming you like termites. Like you know, there's a lot of them. You have to consider like you're not fighting just one.
So actually, this is like a whole generational thing, because you're talking about the little Cinnamon Toast Crunch squares that eat each other.
Yeah.
Back when I was a wee lad, there were like these 3 cartoon bakers.
Oh,
that would bake the Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Oh, okay.
And so that's like a whole completely different.
I never knew that.
Yeah, I'll have to find a picture of them for you, because you got to understand what I'm talking about here.
I was totally thinking like the sentient Cinnamon Toast Crunch flakes, and I think those motherfuckers would just devour you.
Oh yeah, no, those things are friggin' evil.
Yeah,
I don't like those things at all.
They're fucked up. They're all cannibalistic.
Yeah,
it's a wonder how they evolved to that point. If they just eat each other, like how do they make new generations?
Right.
Do you think it's like a rite of passage? Like when they're at a certain age, they start being allowed to eat each other, and then by another certain age, like it stops being okay. So like only the strongest survive.
Probably.
It's a culling to make sure the Cinnamon Toast DNA stays strong.
Yeah. That seems about right.
That would explain where like their jaw strength comes from. You know, like they've just been like what's the word I'm looking for? Like selectively breeded in a way to like have crazy strong jaw strength, because whichever ones can eat the most other ones manage to survive and reproduce.
Yeah. So like that's the dude that I'm thinking of.
Oh, I've seen him. I didn't know he was in like commercials.
Yeah, I think there used to be like 3 of them.
Yeah, that old fucker, you probably just kick him and he's down.
But I also could be getting the fact that there were 3 of them mixed up with Snap, Crackle, and Pop from Rice Krispies.
I didn't even think about those guys.
But I think this dude's name was Wendell. Maybe. Oh, I had a funny situation the other day. So I was at work, and I was in this fairly sketchy liquor store, and there's this old dude. He at least has to be 70, right? And I see him like shuffling his way up to the register. Dude's got a stack of like 4 porno mags in his hand.
Nice. What a gamer.
Right? I mean, good for him. Like,
yeah. Just hell yeah. Just cranking his old dude dick.
Yeah. I mean, I imagine, Tim's exactly the same way.
Yeah. I imagine that the older Tim gets, he gets like he loses more mobility but gains more horny.
It seems about right.
It sounds accurate.
Yeah.
Just knowing what we already know about him.
Oh, did you see Tim commented on one of our videos?
Yeah, he did. I can't believe we got his cancer wrong. I feel bad.
I knew it was wrong when you said it. I just went with it. And because I wasn't entirely sure if you were just making a joke that it was brain cancer, because we talk about.
I think that replaced colon cancer in my mind because of all the jokes we make about him being crazy,
and him having dementia.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, Tim.
Yeah, sorry.
Either way, you're not dead, so get over it.
Wow,
he made it.
He did.
We can make fun of his cancer when it's gone.
I suppose that's true.
We just have to stop it if it ever comes back. Hopefully.
Oh yeah,
not, though.
Yeah. No,
can't joke about it when it's a thing, but when it's not,
right? Well, yeah, once you know someone's okay, then you can laugh at it.
Definitely.
Like if someone, like trips and falls or whatever.
you're concerned for them.
Yeah.
But once you know they're okay,
yeah, then you just
then you're like, ever know how to walk, dumbass?
yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
You ever have those friends when you were younger who like they would like hurt themselves like not that bad, and then you like start to like laugh at them a little bit, and they just like lose their mind, like shut the fuck up, like get super mad about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those guys.
Am I right? Those guys. Right? I won't say this person's name, but you'll know exactly who I'm talking about. Remember when we worked at World Market, we had someone apply for a job that said that they were working on opening a skate park with Tony Hawk.
Yep, I remember him.
And then he like didn't show up for his interview, and then like the following year or maybe like 6 months later applied for a job again. And again, same kind of issue. And then maybe like a year after that, you told me he got a job working with you.
Yeah, he didn't last long.
Yeah, I thought about him the other day, and I really, really wondered, like, what the hell ever happened with that?
So like he showed up for orientation. I saw him doing training. That's where like the super stalkery photo I sent you came from.
Yeah.
But like I really didn't see him after that. So I don't know if he showed up after that or if it just didn't last long. But like,
oh God,
he didn't stick around. I was sad. I was hoping to get to know him better.
Yeah.
I was hoping him and I would like go on cute dates.
Right?
You know, like there'd be like we would have like a special connection, something like that. Maybe he'd introduce me to Tony Hawk.
I mean, he was a skater boy.
He said, "See you later, boy." One of the greatest songs ever made.
Oh, I don't know if I'd go that far.
One of the greatest songs ever made. Avril Lavigne is an American princess. She is a queen.
Okay. I don't know that I've ever heard anyone else share that opinion, but you do you.
Skater Boy is the greatest song ever made by the greatest woman ever made. Okay, that is a fact. That is a definable fact.
Okay, I'll let you keep going with that. You know, Skater Boy, Avril Lavigne.
He wasn't good enough for her.
He wasn't. Oh God. Do we have any audience questions? We've been doing our own questions.
Yeah, we're doing your work for you guys. Fuck's sake. Assholes.
God, right?
Go to hell. Scorpion asks, if you could go back in time and tell your younger self one thing, what would it be?
Oh.
Don't apply to World Market. This bald-headed asshole works there.
Damn. God, what would I tell my younger self? I don't know, man. Just kind of like, I don't know.
I mean, you know, to get deep here for a second, you know, it's easy to say that I like go back in time and tell myself like, oh, don't date that girl, or
yeah,
you know, like don't make X mistake, don't do X thing, blah blah blah. But you know, it's those mistakes that make us as humans.
It makes us who we are.
Yeah. So even if I regret it now, to change it would be to change who I am, and I don't necessarily want that.
I guess the thing that I would tell myself is probably just like, whatever you're worried about in high school is probably not anything.
It's 100% not worth worrying about.
No. I know you think it's a big deal now, but in like 5 years, you're gonna be like, that was really dumb. Why did I waste time worrying about that?
Yeah, for sure. It do be like that. I guess like maybe I'd tell, because I started my YouTube channel when I was 18 after, I don't know if I've ever told the story of why I decided to start a YouTube channel on here, or I don't even know if I've ever told you it.
Maybe not. I don't.
When I was working at World Market, my first year there, I was also in my first semester in college. And I was doing film school stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was taking film study classes. I was taking general education classes. I was planning to like get a video production degree, whatever. But but I wasn't really enjoying it that much. I was starting to wonder like where I wanted to go with video production, because after doing my internship, I realized I didn't like doing news, and I figured that doing advertising or film would be exactly the same, because the issue I had with news is that I wasn't doing what I wanted, how I wanted to do it.
Yeah.
So I felt like the only way I could be happy working in video, was to, you know, make what I want, how I want. I don't want to be told by anybody else how I should do my editing, because it's like my art, you know, it'd be like telling an artist to draw a different way because you don't like the way that they draw.
Yeah.
Like it's a style preference, right?
Right.
And so I was starting to wonder what I wanted to do, because I knew I wanted to keep doing video, but I didn't know what I wanted to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
And so like in the midst of that, one day I had a conversation with Marco.
God.
And
okay.
Shortly after I'd started working at World Market, Marco started to see me as some like little kid that he needed to like show the ways of the world. Meanwhile, he's the worst possible person to like do that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so like I had a conversation one day where I was talking to him. He was talking about like what he was doing in school. And he was talking about how like, oh, you know, most people who get degrees don't even end up finding jobs in their field. So you should just get a business degree so you can get a good job. You know, like just leave whatever path you're on and go for the business degree, because that you're more likely to get a job that way. And like you're not going to get a job in the field you want because you got the degree you wanted. You should just go the safe route or whatever. And
okay,
that pissed me off.
Okay.
It made me really mad. Like I left work that day thinking to myself, like, I'm not going to be like Marco. I'm not going to fucking sacrifice what I want for a safer career. I'm not going to get a fucking business degree because it's the safe option.
Yeah.
Like I know what I want to do. And so I sat there thinking, like, what have I always wanted to do with video? And I like thought back to my roots, and I was like, watching YouTube videos made me want to make videos.
Yeah.
And I wanted to make YouTube videos in high school. In fact, I had multiple other channels in the past. Mm-hmm. But at some point, especially when I was older and in high school and thought things mattered in high school, like I started to worry about like the judgment aspect of it. Like, what would people think if I started a YouTube channel and it didn't immediately blow up? You know, like people would think I'm lame. People would think I'm some loser. People who would think like this guy's so dumb for even trying. And they'd like be saying all this shit behind my back. And it was like, none of that fucking shit matters.
No.
And so finally I was like, fuck Marco, fuck college. I'm taking a semester off from school. I'm starting a YouTube channel. And when I decided to do that, I had this crazy, and I know now, absurd goal. And I hadn't thought about this in a while, but this will bring us back up to another point. I had this absurd goal. It was like, you know, my break started in January and I uploaded my first video on January 9th. Mm-hmm. I wanted by the end of that semester, I wanted to hit 1,000 subscribers or I would just give it up.
Okay.
And so by the end of that semester, I think I had maybe 40 subscribers.
Yeah. The only reason I started laughing is because I know you just recently hit.
Exactly. Like I hadn't thought about that yet, but I just now realized I finally hit that goal I had wanted originally.
Yeah.
But anyway, at the end of that semester, I had maybe 40 subscribers and I realized I absolutely did not want to do anything else.
Nice.
So I guess like if I could go back and change anything, I might tell my younger self to just not worry about it and go for it, because, you know, the biggest thing I've gained from starting my YouTube channel is just the experience from doing it, you know?
Yeah.
So if I'd started it earlier, theoretically speaking, I might be further along and better at it, you know? Like the biggest hurdle for me with my YouTube channel has been growing my comedic chops, my writing skills, my editing abilities, and my on-camera presence, because that's not something I ever built up in video experiences previously.
Okay.
So if I'd started that earlier, I would certainly be further along by now. But at the same time, I like where I'm at right now with my video production stuff. Like maybe I'd be more successful if I started earlier. Maybe I'd be better at it if I'd started earlier. But maybe I also wouldn't be making videos the way that I am and the type of videos that I'm making now, you know?
Yeah.
So, you know, it'd be easy to say, like, I'd like to tell myself to just get on it and do it because that's what you're going to want to do anyway.
Yeah.
But at the same time, again, not doing it is exactly what led me to doing it effectively.
Yeah.
So,
I'm glad you brought up Marco. I have a Marco story that I want to bring up. So in our break room at work, we for a while, one wall was painted with whiteboard paint.
Yeah, I remember that.
And
it was so shitty.
Yeah. It looked super shitty, but you could write on it with a dry erase marker.
Yeah.
And wipe it off. I don't remember how it got started, but you remember we kept like writing notes on there, like not important things.
Yeah, and it just kept building up on itself.
Yeah, until like the entire thing was full, and then it was like, oh shit, we're having like a district manager visit tomorrow. We got to clean this off, and it all wiped off except for fucking Marco, who used a Sharpie instead of a dry erase marker. God, that guy was such a fucking idiot.
God, so fucking dumb. And here he was trying to give some young, impressionable youth life advice.
Oh, God. Oh, good times.
My God, what a guy.
Oh, yeah. So you and I had talked about our old coworker Ken and how you had discovered that he now is rocking a ponytail.
Yeah, because I work with his wife's best friend.
Correct. Which
is the only way that I can find news about Ken, because Ken himself does not communicate.
You know, the really funny thing is Ken's wife's best friend that you work with, her husband, I think they got married.
I'm not sure.
Maybe they're engaged, whatever. Her significant other, I run into him for work like twice a week.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's just weird that like you and I in our new jobs run into like that couple frequently.
But not Ken.
But I did talk to Ken the other day.
Nice.
Not in person or on the phone. We were just texting back and forth. And
that's shocking.
He said he's rocking like a man bun, which seems still so weird for Ken.
It seems weird for Ken, but I can see Ken rocking it.
Kind of. Yeah. He said it's a man bun when he goes to the gym or he does something active. I really want to see what it's like when it's not man bun.
That sounds like it would look weird.
Yeah.
More weird than the man bun.
Yeah. Because I was like, so what, do you just have like a mullet then? And he's like, no, I don't have a fucking mullet. He probably has a mullet.
I put my hair in a bun when I go shower.
Okay.
Because I don't, you know, with the way that my hair is, I don't wash it that often, and it's not good for it to get wet. So
yeah,
if I have it in a bun, it doesn't get wet.
Yeah, your hair's got to look fucking crazy all wet.
I mean, it's basically like what you would expect someone with normal wavy hair would look like. It doesn't look like my hair.
Yeah,
it looks like normal people hair.
Right, I gotcha. Fucking hair.
It's so fucking foreign to me though, you know? Cause like I like my hair always sticks up and out.
Mm-hmm.
It's so weird. Like when my hair is wet and it like flops into my face and like it moves around with my movements, and instead of effectively just staying in one place.
Yeah.
It feels super weird for me when like I move my head forward and like my hair flops forward. I move my head back and it flops back. Like, cause my normal hair doesn't do that at all.
I would also feel weird if that happened to me, because my hair has not been long enough to flop in any direction in more years than I can even think of. Mm. So I can't imagine how weird that would be.
It's so weird. It's really weird for me because that's, you know, not the way my hair has ever been. It's kind of like a window into what it must be like to have normal hair, and it's always like this bittersweet moment of like, oh, if only.
Yeah, you know. Just thinking back to your days as a little kid with your hair.
It's not a thing. Stop bringing it up. And short hair.
God, we should compare childhood pictures one of these days.
I don't want to bring my childhood pictures into the picture.
Dude, I want to see what little Mac looked like.
No, fuck that.
Damn it. We still got to get on that rate our dads.
If anyone sent in dad pics, everyone's like, oh, my dad wouldn't be okay with it. Your dad doesn't know how to turn on a computer. Don't fucking worry about it. He's never going to find out.
I was thinking about it. I think I'm just gonna like my friends who listen. I think I'm just gonna start pulling pictures of their dads off of Facebook and just We'll just rate them.
We're not going to show what your dad looks like. We're just going to rate them.
Right.
Just send in the pictures, you pussies.
Yeah. Yeah.
Little beta males, little beta cucks.
I've just decided I'm going to work on that. I'm just going to start getting dad pics.
Okay. Epic.
Yeah.
Poggers.
Yeah.
Did you see the new Samsung mascot?
No, there's a new Samsung mascot?
Yeah, so they just unveiled this like yesterday, I think.
Okay.
They have like a new virtual assistant like mascot, and it's just like a super cute cartoon girl.
Okay. Oh, is she taking over as like the most attractive cartoon character?
Dude, she might be. She's a looker, but like obviously, like the internet immediately turned her into porn. Like it like the same fucking day. And so there's so many memes flying around right now. It'll be like the speed of a jet plane, the speed of a rocket, and then like the speed of a porn artist drawing this new girl.
Oh my gosh! Of course,
it's hilarious.
Oh gosh, her?
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay, yeah, no, I can see how that's a thing.
Calling her Sam.
Oh, real original.
I kind of like it. You know, it's simple but effective. It worked. Their fucking logo's everywhere right now.
Yeah.
Their fucking mascot is everywhere.
Yeah.
With and without clothes.
Right? All publicity is good publicity.
Especially meme publicity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That makes perfect sense.
They knew what they were doing. They knew what was going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
They like some marketing genius was like, let's make a cute girl. There'll be a bunch of memes and a bunch of porn with our logo all over it.
Yeah.
And like, they probably didn't phrase it that way, but that's exactly what they were thinking. And it worked.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. No, that makes sense. I wonder if someone in the meeting was like, this could end up turning into porn, and the person with like pitching the idea was just like
that's the idea,
just completely ignored them and just kept talking.
Or they did one of those like non-answers.
Yeah,
or like that's definitely a possibility, but I like to think
it's possible, but probably not.
Or maybe they all knew it. Maybe everyone was just like, let's be real, guys, porn sells. So if we make them make porn, that sells.
Right. Yeah. So are you familiar with when like new Coke came out? Obviously you don't remember this. I don't remember it.
No, I was too young, but I do know the history of it.
Yeah. I mean, Coke has always like denied that
they changed the recipe.
Well, no, they fully admit that they changed the recipe and then had to like...
Oh, denied that it was a marketing scheme.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So for those of you who don't know, Coke tried to reformulate their cola back in the 80s to try to have like more mass appeal. And everyone instantly hated it. Mm. And within 6 months, they ended up like pulling it and going back to the original formula, and their sales
exploded.
Yeah, like shot through the freaking roof. And so there's a theory that they did that on purpose to drive sales of their original recipe when they brought it back.
Well, wasn't the brought back stuff a different recipe in its own right?
No, I think they went back to the original.
I don't know. From what I'd heard, like the recipe was different, but people couldn't tell because they were used to like the new shitty Coke.
I don't think so. I think it was the same.
I don't know. Whatever. Do you prefer Pepsi or Coke?
Coke.
Can you tell a difference?
Yes.
See, I've heard like people say that like they don't really tell a difference, and I'm like, it's like an immediate difference.
Yeah.
Pepsi and Coke taste very different.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you can like one or the other, but
they're very different.
They're very
flavors.
different.
Like,
yeah.
Pepsi has a very distinct flavor compared to Coke.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't really like either, but
I mean, yeah, I don't really drink a lot of pop myself, but
Coke makes my teeth feel soft, and I really don't like that.
Makes them feel soft?
Yeah, I always get that reaction. I don't know why. I'm surprised not more people don't have it, but it's like literally like not long after like drinking a Coke, like I'll like bite down with my teeth and it feels like they squish.
Huh.
I don't know why it happens, and I fucking hate it.
I mean, Coke does have some serious acid in it. Like, I know you can use it to like clean and like polish things because it's caustic. I don't know. I do like that you brought up that it makes your teeth feel soft. Have you ever had have you ever had a dream where like your teeth like fall apart?
I have not had that.
Apparently it's a pretty common dream, but I have had that regularly.
Yeah.
Either like they crumble or like my jaw is stuck together and I try opening it and then it like rips like either the top or the bottom teeth out because they're stuck together.
That sounds unpleasant.
Oh, it's incredibly unpleasant. But I mean, that is a reoccurring dream I've had a lot.
I almost wonder if like it's kind of I wonder which came first, like the recognition of everybody having that dream or everybody actually having that dream. Like, do you think like some person just started spreading around that they had that dream and then like the idea implanted itself into people's minds and it kept spreading until more people were having this dream until now it's a regular thing? Or if like people just legitimately like everybody started having that dream out of nowhere and like it became a thing.
So I've actually thought about this myself. I think people had this dream and then somehow somewhere along the way people realized it. But I wonder if people have that dream because they're like grinding their teeth or like clenching their jaw in their sleep.
That's possible. I do grind my teeth, but I have not had that dream.
Because I know like I've definitely had like outside like noises like not wake me up and then become incorporated into my dream. One summer I was spending a week at my grandma's house and you know, she had an alarm clock that I wasn't used to and it played this like chime and in my dream it was an ice cream truck.
Nice.
Which was
that's great.
It was a pretty poggers dream right there.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, my grandma always did this really frustrating thing. My grandma on my dad's side, I love my grandparents on my dad's side, but they do this really frustrating thing. They had like you'd go visit their cottage in Wisconsin for a weekend or whatever, and like she always would like come in and wake your ass up at like 9 a.m. and be like, it's 9 a.m. It's time to get up.
Oh,
it's like, well, I'm on vacation. Let me sleep in.
Right.
Like, she like grew up on a farm. I think it's like a residual of that. Like she gets up crazy early, like 5 a.m. on a normal day.
Yeah.
So like, she's just like 9 a.m. is too late. You have to be awake by then. And it's like, why? What's the reason? Who does it hurt for me to be asleep right now?
Right.
And, you know, especially like nowadays, like waking up at 9 a.m. is sleeping in to me. But as a kid, like I'd sleep until 11 or 12.
Oh, yeah.
All the time. So 9 o'clock was like I was losing sleep.
Yeah. That makes me think of I used to frequently do sleepovers when where my friends and I would pitch a tent in the yard and, you know, fake camp in my parents' yard. And like without like the electricity, and this was like pre-cell phone days, and we were kids, like we didn't have watches, like we had no idea what time it was, right? So we're staying up super late and like we lost all sense of time. And I remember one time specifically, like Mike and I were we were out in the yard in the tent and we were like, yeah, it's gotta be like 8, 9 o'clock. It's got to be pretty early.
Meanwhile, it's like 4 a.m.
Like 2 minutes later, I hear my dad like yell from the house, like, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
What?
Yeah, we were like so thrown off. Had no fucking clue what time it was.
So this is like when you wake up the day after?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes much more sense. I was thinking like 8 or 9, like at night. I'd love to imagine you guys being like, it must be like 8 or 9. Meanwhile, the sun's like high in the sky.
No.
I get you. So you woke up. It's like a light, what you thought was morning.
Yeah, and really it was like almost mid-afternoon.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was a shit, man. I miss late nights since I don't really have them anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. I still enjoy quite a few of them ladies. Late
ease.
Ease, not ladies.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah.
Now I think like the time of night that I miss the most is like nights at my summer camp, because there's just a really good ambience of like that camp at night.
Mm-hmm.
Especially like I'd be working late a lot in my area, which was the tech area. So, you know, as we've discussed before, I'm not a big fan of like light in general. So even during the day, I usually have the lights off, but like at night, especially, I'd have the lights off, and like the only lights in the room were like my laptop screen. And then you'd have like 20 shitty Dell computers all kind of running really quietly.
Okay.
And so just like that ambience, like that feel of night.
Yeah.
Is like, real good shit, and I miss it.
All right. Right on.
I also had some pretty fun nights in general in my tech area at the camp. I remember one time in particular, there was a pretty likely tornado warning that was coming through the camp. This was during staff week, so we didn't have to worry about the scouts, luckily. But I want to say it was literally like the entire night there was a tornado warning.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody, you know, who would normally sleep in, we had these kind of pseudo cabins. They're called Adirondacks.
Yeah,
they're like cabins with one of the walls missing, so it just faces out towards the elements. And then like, you know, people who are under the age of 18 just slept in tents that they like got a full tent to themselves.
Yeah,
and it was like a tent with like a pallet floor. You know, it wasn't like a just sleeping on the ground for an entire summer.
Oh God, that'd be awful.
Yeah, but you know, the DACs were still much better. But you know, so you
could, DACs.
Yeah, that's what we call them.
The slang term for an Adirondack.
Yeah, just shorten it to DAC. I want to go sleep in my DAC.
Okay.
But you know, since it was a tornado warning, people couldn't exactly sleep in their DACs, so you had to find somewhere indoors to sleep. And so we had a staff lounge that pretty much all of the under 18s decided to sleep in. There was a couple different cabins. So the female staffers all slept in one cabin, so they were good. They could just stay there. And then there was another cabin where like they would hold the Eagle Trail area. That one was all about like Eagle Scout related merit badges. Like you do like citizenship. Sorry, not just there's citizenship of the nation, world, and there's a third one, but I'm blanking on it.
Universe.
They all fucking were boring as hell. And my friend Austin, who's listening, was an Eagles Trail.
Oh, the one with the hot mom.
Yeah. He was an Eagle Trail guy for a bit. And like, from what I know, he managed to make it interesting, and props on him for that, because they were those boring fucking merit badges ever. But anyway, they had their own lodge, and like a lot of staffers slept in there. But me and my friend Kyler, yes, his name was Kyler, not Kyle or Tyler, Kyler. And I do give him shit for that name
and
constantly.
Not Skyler. That's also a name.
Nope, Kyler.
Okay.
Kyler and I slept in the tech area for that night. And so like I got a sleeping bag, and like I had this gigantic table in the middle of the room, like fucking massive. Okay. So it was like this big, like oval shaped, if you imagine like an oval shape, but then like you cut off the ends, so they're just flat on like the long ends.
Okay.
So like it's like flat on the two ends, and then it's like a curved part over to like each side.
Yeah.
And it was literally like 12 feet long with and like 5 feet wide, like a gigantic table.
That's a huge table.
Yeah. It took like 4 people to move, and it just sat in the middle of the room. I do miss that table. It had a lot of knife stab marks in it.
I can imagine.
Scouts were not the only ones doing that. I could absolutely, like, if you showed me that table today, I could point out which ones were mine.
Nice.
But so I slept on top of that table with like a sleeping bag. Kyler did this really interesting thing. So we had these like orange office chairs, like straight out of the fucking 70s.
Nice.
They had like a white back with orange upholstery. They were ugly as sin. Yeah. And like a lot of them had faded in color too. So some of them were like yellow with like brown stains. They were They reeked of the 70s.
Oh yeah, I can picture these in my head.
So, you know, they were just like an L shape. You know, they didn't have like arms on either side. They were just like an L shape. So what he did is he gathered up like 12 of these things.
Okay.
And he like pushed them together into like this shape where you'd have it was basically like there was basically like a little dish, so to speak.
Yeah.
Right. Like they were all like the backs were turned towards the outside, creating like little fields in the middle.
Yep.
And he just put his sleeping bag in there and slept on top of all those chairs.
Nice.
So that's how we stayed during that tornado warning. I know I have videos of it, but like that was a good night. I look back on that fondly, but that was real creative on his part.
Nice job, Kyler. Huh. Okay.
Stupid fucking name.
Yeah. There is a professional athlete named Kyler.
He hates when I make fun of his name, but his name is so stupid.
It really is a pretty stupid name, Kyler.
It's okay. He's not listening to this podcast.
So you bringing up the Adirondacks made me think of
Adirondack chairs,
which we used to sell at World Market. And we used to work with, we had one lady that we worked with who would frequently, this might have been before you worked there, she would, she would make an announcement when people were going to pick up the furniture in the back of the store and let us know what they were picking up.
Mm-hmm.
She could not for the life of her say Adirondack.
Who was this? I feel like I remember this.
Her name's Kim.
Oh yeah, I knew Kim.
Yeah,
I love Kim.
Okay, I couldn't remember. I didn't know if you knew Kim or not.
Of course I knew Kim.
And one day she made a page and she's like, service to the back door for the pickup of an anaconda chair. And we all just like fucking lost it. What? Are they like mowing your lawn?
We're doing a fucking podcast here, jackass.
Yeah, way to go, dickwad.
I don't know if you guys can hear that. Some motherfucker just started making a bunch of noise outside. Okay, seems to be walking away from my window, so it shouldn't be an issue.
Oh, I can see him. He's leaf blowing.
Okay, that's what it sounded like, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah,
because it equally sounded like weed whacking.
Yeah. No, he's pretty much gone now. So
all right, cool,
sweet.
God, we had a lot of funny pages. Fuck, what did he say after that? Badge holder to the front, something like that.
Oh yeah, something like that.
So we talked about him before, but we worked with this guy named Steve, and Steve was just an angry motherfucker. God. And on more than one occasion, he had made pages that were very inappropriate.
Oh yeah. Oh, all the time.
So one time he like got on and like started a page and he started to go, and like immediately like Mike and I were like sitting next to each other, like looked at each other like, what the fuck is he about to say?
Yeah, well, because we had previously talked about like one of these days he's just gonna lose it and go on page and just be like, fuck all of you.
Yeah, so I was expecting like, get the fuck out.
Go fuck yourselves, guys.
But it was just like this ultimate suspense of him saying that for like 3 seconds straight and then just capping it off with something super normal like badge holder to the front, badge holder to the registers, something like that.
Yeah, he just had like that, like mind fart where he just forgot what he was going to say. But, oh man, Steve, what an interesting guy. Yeah, that dude. Oh, yeah. Huh. One of these days we'll have to tell the ultimate Steve story, but that'll be for another day. I don't know. What are you thinking about? You got this look on your face. What's up?
I'm thinking about the end of the podcast.